So if your social media feed is anything like mine, you've definitely seen them. Ads for products like Lipova GLP-1 patches.
Right, they're everywhere.
Right. And they promise, well, the holy grail,
Mm.
effortless weight management, appetite control.
And they compare the results directly to those blockbuster weight loss injections like Ozempic.
But without the needle.
Mm.
That's the hook. The question is, can they possibly deliver on that promise?
Well, that's what we're going to deep dive into. We're really just going to break down the marketing claims here.
Okay.
Our whole mission is to focus on consumer transparency, labeling accuracy, and the actual scientific context behind these ads. We're looking at what medical experts and evidence reviews are saying.
And before we go any further, we have to say this is a crucial reminder.
Yes.
This is all educational commentary.
Yeah.
It is absolutely not medical advice. Always, always talk to a qualified healthcare professional about this stuff.
For sure.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Where do we even start? What is GLP-1 and why is the prescription version so effective?
Right. So GLP-1 is a glucagon-like peptide 1. It's a hormone your gut naturally produces.
A hormone.
Yeah, and it does a few things. It signals to your brain that you're full, it slows down digestion, and it helps regulate blood sugar. That's why the prescription versions, which are basically synthetic forms of this peptide, are such a game changer.
So we're talking about a large, complex, and powerful molecule.
Exactly. And that leads directly to the core problem with these patches.
The delivery problem.
The delivery problem. The claim is they can push this big, complex molecule right through your skin.
And is that even physically possible?
Well, the scientific consensus, based on, multiple evidence reviews from medical experts, is a pretty firm no.
A firm no.
These peptide molecules are just too large. I mean, we're talking thousands of times too big.
Wow.
Think of it like trying to push a basketball through a keyhole. The skin is a fantastic barrier, and the molecule's complex structure just can't get through in an active form.
That analogy helps a lot. A basketball through a keyhole. So, if the science says no, what about the regulatory side? Has the FDA approved any kind of patch that delivers semaglutide or tirzepatide?
No, absolutely not.
Not at all.
Zero. There are currently no FDA-approved GLP-1 patches with the active drug on the market today. The sources we reviewed are very clear on that.
Okay, wait. So if they definitely don't have the active drug that's in Ozempic, what is in them? What are people actually putting on their skin?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The sources suggest that products marketed this way are typically relying on common supplement ingredients.
Like what?
Things like herbal extracts, you might see ginseng, for example, or certain plant compounds, maybe some vitamins.
So we're talking about supplement ingredients on a sticker. This seems to bring up a big point about regulation, right?
It does. It brings up the regulatory gray area.
How can they use the name GLP-1 if they don't contain the active GLP-1 drug?
Because they're marketed as dietary supplements. And that's a whole different world from prescription drugs. They have far less stringent requirements for proving they actually work.
I see.
So while some of those herbs might be, loosely linked to weight management when you take them orally, there's no regulated mechanism to confirm they mimic the powerful effects of prescription GLP-1 therapies through a patch.
And it seems like the community feedback online really reflects that gap. You see forums and comments where people are saying, hey, these patches don't seem to work as advertised.
Exactly. The consumer experience seems to be lining up with the clinical evidence.
So let's bring this all together.
Okay. So when you pull it all together, based on current scientific understanding and the regulatory landscape, these patches just do not work in the same physiological way as prescription GLP-1 therapies.
The marketing is just in a different universe from the clinical evidence.
It presents a stark difference, yes.
So what does this all mean for you listening? I mean, it really reinforces that for significant evidence-based effects, you're looking at medical treatments that are backed by solid data.
And of course, established lifestyle changes. Those remain the safer, proven paths.
Right.
And this all raises a really important question for you to think about. Consider how the vast regulatory difference between a supplement and a tightly controlled prescription drug influences what you see in marketing.
The transparency, the proof required.
Exactly. The level of scrutiny is completely different, and that's something every consumer should probably be aware of when they see claims that sound too good to be true.